Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like, be sure to share, be sure to comment. Say hex. Say hex, hex. Hex, say hex. Say hex, say hex. Stake that hex, stake that 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 hex. Every time I look up, price went up. I go to the store, come back, price went up. Every time I look up, price went up. No matter what I do, price is still going up. Hell yeah. See?
What up, though? BlaKCinc. You know, we feeling real different right now. You know, HEX going crazy. What you got on the screen right now? You see, I drew this green box. You know, we drew that the other day. We said it had three options. You know, we said it could have stayed on top and got a bounce off the moving average and got out of that channel. It didn't do it. I said it might, you know, come all the way down and touch and then, you know, come out. It didn't do that. Then I said, oh, it's going to come all the way down to the bottom. And it kind of did that. It had a touch like right at the bottom. It's like it was the best buy. But I didn't. I did buy again, but it was like here. So, you know, I thought maybe he was going to get a bounce here and then get out. But, you know, either way, price went up. The reason I'm real bullish about the fact that it's going to go way beyond this green box is because the moving average is way down here. So I think the price will come down and meet the moving average about here at 175 and then get like a spring like right through the box, like pew 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 pew. But yeah, that's HEX, man. It's looking good. I actually want to show you guys a video, and I don't know, maybe it'll help some people get involved in HEX. It's got a lot of negative connotation on the net. If you Google search, you'll see HEX and scam in the same, you know, it's the first thing that pops up. But I don't know. I haven't been disappointed yet. 100% uptime. I think that's what you're supposed to say. I haven't had any, you know, issues as far as, you know, getting my money out, staking, you know, more HEX. So, yeah, I like it actually. So, you know, I'm gonna show you guys a little tutorial on what HEX is and how it even works, you know.
Okay, so right off the bat, it shows the Amazon chart, but we're gonna also show the Ethereum chart as well. One thing that Richard did recently was a live stream with this gentleman named Harry that was a, you know, traditional stock guy. And actually towards the very end of the conversation, you know, there was an argument of like of the actual printing of money and, you know, is this bubble going to burst? And I know this isn't directly related with the Ethereum, but one thing Richard was kind of talking about is like as you have the US printing more money, even though it's going up in dollar terms, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean you're gaining value. So just like other crypto. All right, what's up, everybody?
HEX was designed to be like a long-term savings account, but with far greater yield than anything the bank has to offer. If you're new to cryptocurrencies, here's how all of this works. When you purchase HEX, it behaves just like any other cryptocurrency. They vary in price as people trade them, just like Bitcoin. However, unlike other crypto assets, HEX pays you interest in the form of more HEX for locking up your monetary value for a selective period of time. The longer you time lock your HEX, the higher your interest rate will be. This is not unlike a traditional banking certificate of deposit. The key difference is, HEX was designed to yield extraordinarily high rates of return versus typical banking products, and puts you in complete control over your finances. But what does this really look like? Some people get into HEX without understanding enough about the product. They immediately make a large investment and throw out a few random stakes between 1 to 2 years. While this is great, HEX was designed to produce significant returns in both interest and fiat value over the course of several years, not just 1 or 2. If you properly understand its design, you can set yourself up to earn a perpetual passive income from HEX. This is like planting an orchard of apple trees. Apple trees are designed to take time to fully mature before they yield significant amounts of produce. HEX was designed in much the same way. Could you imagine trying to live on 2-year-old fruit trees that only just started producing a fraction of their full potential? Sure, you may see significant growth and even yield a little produce, but it would be impossible to enjoy the fruits of your labor for years to come. But what if you employed a longer-term plan in the development of your apple orchard? What if you planted a new crop each year from years 1 to 15? And what if you continued this process every year thereafter? If you did this, you would essentially have a never-ending supply of apples for generations. Can you imagine how much produce you'd receive from your 10 to 15-year-old apple trees? You could supply enough apples to feed a small country. This is exactly how HEX Savings works. It's a long-term savings account. Now, I'm not saying you should lock up all of your HEX for 15 years and forget about it. Although some have, and they seem to be quite happy with their decision. I'm saying if you build a proper staking ladder, one that sets stakes to mature up to 10 or 15 years from today, you can enjoy the maximum yield on your investment for years to come. Having stakes set to mature between years 1 through 15 allows you to enjoy the fruits of your investment early, while also giving you the patience and discipline to reap potentially life-changing rewards in the longer term. It's the same as enjoying the abundant fruits of a 15-year-old apple tree versus a 1-year-old tree. Imagine if Bitcoin was designed this way. All of those who bought Bitcoin for $1 in the early years maybe wouldn't have sold all of their holdings at $10 and missed out on an additional 600,000% ROI in less than 7 years, not to mention where the price is today. Maybe if Bitcoin earned more Bitcoin in the form of interest for holding, more investors would hold long-term and be less likely to sell. These supply and demand economics cause the price to soar with very little sell pressure. It's a model that allows everyone the opportunity to succeed. What happens if the global HEX network only sells their interest monthly, quarterly, or yearly and restakes their remaining principal? Theoretically, it allows for the most stable price appreciation to the upside over time. Climbing prices, coupled with unparalleled interest rates for HEX stakers, creates a positive feedback loop that ultimately leads to one thing: freedom for all. Learn more and get started today at hex.com.